All right. Well, you know, I feel like I'm kind of done stalling for any other
Is that
suckers.
what you were doing?
I was kind of stalling, you know, but
Oh,
look,
no.
we got the family on board. We got
All
Arrow,
right.
we got Enry, we got Mac.
Everyone's gonna jump on eventually.
No,
We'll be
exactly.
all right.
You know, people are getting out of work like suckers. They ain't take the half day off like we did.
I mean,
I didn't take a half day off.
irresponsibly left work and didn't tell my supervisor. So,
All right. Well, let's start off with our warm up. Not really warm up. I guess we're getting the show started. You guys know it's another month. It's another previews catalog flip through that we got to do. And we're gonna start off with the easy stuff. We're gonna go for the Marvel previews.
shut up, Errol. You're never at work, sir.
Yeah. Damn, Mac, you got
right.
a killer.
Yeah, he's got the graveyard
killer schedule.
Graveyard shift.
I do not miss those days, but Godspeed to you.
Yeah.
Whew. All right, I respect the hustle. All right, well, let's make it worthwhile for Mac.
I got some
all right?
picks just for you, Mac, if that's the case.
There we go. All right, so let's go through the Marvel previews. Once again, it is another Disney-fied cover. And, actually, speaking of which, on page 2 is one of my picks for the Marvel previews, which is a new Captain America series. J. Michael Straczynski, which apparently this is his return.
He
to Marvel.
returns. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that. And Jesus Saez, who I feel like is one of those names that you're like, if he's on the book, you're gonna at least check it out for the artwork. But what I really like is this badass Gary Frank cover showing Captain America like putting in the work, you know, like all American, baby. He's showing us what it's about.
Yeah.
He's rebuilding. I think that's such a cool cover, and it's a new #1. So I mean, you could jump in if you wanted to, and it's Captain America. You know, there
It's
isn't
very
a lot.
iconic for sure.
Yeah, and even like this regular cover by our guy Olivier Coipel.
Yeah. It's watercolor, a lot of ink wash. It's very, very, very beautiful.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm just talking from a strictly new #1 cover's sake and name wise. You can't go wrong with J. Michael Straczynski, and Jesus Saez is that dude is he's not a jobber because that almost seemed like
you don't want to say jobber.
No, he's not a jobber. He's a worker
worker.
in a name. Yeah. Okay. Also in the Marvel previews that caught my eye, Avengers Incorporated #1.
You too?
I got Al Ewing, man.
That's exactly why I picked it.
We can't go wrong with him.
Yeah, I saw the name and I was like, it's like a anthology, right? I'm assuming based on how many names are attached to this, or is he doing the entire story?
Well, it says Al Ewing and Leonard Kirk bring you a whole new style of avenging from a whole new style of avenge. I don't know if it's going to be like one of those anthologies, but I hope it is because you're right. There is a lot of names attached to it.
The reason why I put this on my list is essentially Al Ewing is a name that's synonymous with weird esoteric sort of stories, right?
Esoteric, great
so like
word.
if you enjoy things that like reference interesting mystical callbacks that are related to odd historical texts or references that aren't necessarily in the mainstream, Al Ewing is your guy.
Yeah.
And not in a sort of like exclusionary way. Like it's in a sort of like, oh, everybody's, I mean, I'm assuming this is America, so everybody is aware that what the Bible is. But Al Ewing will essentially decide to quote a random ass reference from the Hebrew Bible and then tie that into comics and then make it a part of the story where it's not preachy or overt. So where you're reading it and you're like, oh man, have I been reading past esoteric texts the wrong way? Like it's kind of brilliant. So I'm interested to see how he does that for something as mainstream as the Avengers. Because Hulk, you can kind of do that because Hulk is a monster, right? He wrote the Immortal Hulk. For those of you that are, I'm sure you all know.
That was way better said than why I picked it. I saw Alex Ross on the cover. I was like,
You're like,
easy.
I like cover. Cover looks good. I mean, yeah, but to say to your point though, like it's art and art, right? Hand in hand. So it's kind of like, all right, I'll give it a shot. Al Ewing has solidified his credibility with me regarding writer status. So Avengers seems like a sort of mainstream book, and it's kind of like, okay, you know, it's like having McDonald's. You want it again.
Yeah.
Sure, it's delicious, but do I want it again? And it's like, oh, wait, Al Ewing's attached? That's like the secret sauce.
Exactly.
It's the secret sauce.
And I'm hoping that, you know, based on this cover alone and like having like, what's her name? Remy LeBeau? Is that her name? Miss or Captain Marvel or Miss Marvel?
Yes, Lambeau.
Yeah,
right?
Lambeau. I'm hoping by like just this kind
Monica?
of Monica. Thank you,
Monica
Monica.
Lambeau?
I can't believe that. I'm hoping that it highlights some other like minor characters in the Avengers team. You know, like I don't see like, you know, Iron Man's not in this cover. Captain
It looks
America's
very
not.
70s, 80s ish,
That
right?
too,
Like
yeah.
back when George Lopez was George Lopez. Sorry, why did I say that? I'm fucking drunk as shit. Thank you. Please fill in.
George Perez.
Thank you. When George Lopez, the
Lopez.
comedian, that guy's a fucking powerhouse.
Dude,
When George
George-
Perez was doing Avengers, and it was sort of like you had really interesting, weird characters on the team. Like Beast was on the roster, you know, and Beast was like only wearing underwear, you know. So you're like, Jesus, what is this? This is odd. So you have a lot of interesting.
Yeah.
Like I see Molecule Man, and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing there? You know, like if you're a Marvel head, you're like, okay, this is definitely a pastiche. 100% a pastiche of old times. So, you know, I'm an old guy, so this appeals to me.
Yeah, I feel like with the Marvel previews and the DC previews this month, there was a lot of new number ones, and I think that's when the preview shines the best. Is when you're getting hip to like a good starting point, a brand new series. Like you feel like it feels more welcoming because sometimes.
Sure.
The previews will be like, you know, here's issue 19 of the series, and you're like, I'm not going to catch up on that.
That's the nature of comics, though, and you have to constantly remind yourself that you're never, ever going to be in the beginning of the story. You're always going to jump in on the middle of a story, and
Well said.
I think that's kind of how, at least mainstream comics are.
Yeah. All right, moving on through this Marvel previews. All right, next up on the list is another one from these next two are my picks, but Daredevil number 1, and I mainly highlight this one because it's a brand new number 1. It is coming right off the highly successful, highly acclaimed Chip Zdarsky run.
Zdarsky, yeah.
I was curious, like who they were going to have to follow up. They've got Saladin Ahmed and Aaron Cooter, who is a fantastic artist, and anytime you can get him doing interiors, it's worth definitely checking out. Saladin Ahmed being the writer, I know he wrote a Miles Morales series that was pretty damn good. So I'm curious to see how he follows up. I'm always curious, like the follow-up series, like in between, like the big one, right? Like Chip Zdarsky has been killing it for Daredevil.
For
and
sure.
I might use this opportunity to finally catch up on the Chip Zdarsky stuff. So, you know, unfortunately, I have not been keeping up with it that much, but brand new number 1 for Daredevil. Like I said, it goes into the major theme of this being like a previews that highlights a lot of new number 1s.
Yeah, Max says Daredevil is one of my most anticipated. Also a shill,
Dude.
because Daredevil is in my top 3 favorite characters. Dude, 100%. As far as Marvel's concerned, Daredevil is 100% in my top 3. Absolutely.
Max says I need to read Zdarsky's
You really
run.
do.
I know.
Man, I'm not going to, and Mac could probably attest.
Cesar and Ashley have spoken so highly about it.
Zdarsky's run is essentially, it's, and without getting too metaphysical, but that's where I live. I'm fucking Doctor Strange. He takes Daredevil and he makes him a Christ figure in Hell's Kitchen, but not in a sort of like on the nose sort of way. Like if you're reading it and you know, like this dude is Saint Matthew of Hell's Kitchen, and it's so beautiful to the point where by the time you see him fight alongside Kingpin, no spoilers, he has, and this is sort of I've talked about this, he has bandages on both sides of his wrists where Christ would have been crucified, and he has a beard. And I don't think that's on accident. Like from a visual, it's 100% there. Like it's very transcendent. So I highly recommend Chip Zdarsky's run on Daredevil. It's good. It's good. Because, you know, everybody could take, you know, what Frank Miller did and just be like, oh, he's a fucking tortured Irish Catholic, and just keep doing that until it's run into the ground. And that would get old. But Zdarsky did something different, and he brought a bunch of people to... I have not read the last issue. I'm actually waiting to catch up. It's difficult when you have no money and a baby to justify the the expensive comic books to your significant other. But don't worry, I'll somehow sneak that in. Max he's like, that's fair. Yeah, it's fantastic. So
there's also this badass JR, I guess, cover as well, which is not surprising because anytime there's a new #1 Marvel series, they're pulling out
fear, you know,
exactly. They're pulling out all the big guns for the variant covers, and I think I still stand by this. No one draws rain hitting a character or figure than JR.
I learned how to draw rain by looking at JR's drawings of rain off of Spider-Man's back in the 90s. That's funny. Dude, you fucking nailed it.
JR draws torrential downpour.
But it's funny because it's like it's such a telling image. You know, like it's hard to be a hero and even nature is against you, you know? Oh my God.
Well said. All right, I think this is my next one, and then we'll get into a few of Cesar's picks, but also in the Marvel previews. Just out of sheer curiosity.
Is that Nightcrawler?
Yeah, it's called Uncanny Spider-Man. Writer C. Spurrier, Lee Garbett, who's I like his artwork a lot. He's done some like a Batman and Outsider stuff way back in the day. But this premise is pretty interesting. I won't regurgitate all of it, but quick retelling is it sounds like Nightcrawler is kind of separated from the X-Men in this current run, and he's taken up the mantle of like kind of a Spider-Man identity, and he's just kind of being like a Spider-Man for wherever he's at. I think he's probably in New York City, but
weird.
I think this is just such a exactly. It's such a weird combo, but I don't know. I'm kind of sold on it.
Look,
like it looks pretty fucking cool.
For the same reason you like this cover and this premise, it's the same reason why I fuck with Cosmic Ghost Rider. It's because somebody took 12-year-old me and said, "You like Ghost Rider?" "Yeah, I like Ghost Rider." "Do you like fucking Punisher?" "Yeah, I like the fucking Punisher." "Do you like the power cosmic and motorcycles and science fiction?" "Yeah, I don't see what that has to do with any of this." "We're going to fucking mix them up, little boy." And I'm like, oh my God. And now I'm like, a 40-year-old man, and I'm reading these comics, and I'm like
that.
This is so cool.
And I love anytime they describe Nightcrawler as swashbuckling.
He's a swashbuckler. He is a swashbuckler.
He's on the run after the events of Hellfire Gala. Kurt Wagner is on the run and having the time of his life, swashbuckling in New York City in the skies as the uncanny wall crawler.
That's cool.
Yo, I'm here for it. That looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So
art looks great.
That piqued my interest. And then this next one is one of C's picks on page 18.
Oh yeah. I was hoping you would save this for last.
McPervy.
Now hold on. Now, yes, you're right. I picked this, and guys, before you say anything, I picked this because this cover done by, I think it's Ryan Stegman, does the variant?
This one, yeah, it is a variant cover by Ryan Stegman.
Okay, so this cover by Ryan Stegman, beautiful as it is, takes my balls back in time. It takes my genitalia in a time machine to back when Jim Lee was drawing. It's funny. Errol's like, LOL. When Jim Lee was drawing the X-Men and drawing Rogue in like scantily clad outfits, and I was like, Jim Lee was responsible for a sexual awakening in my body, and I blame him 100%. And before anybody says anything, it's on the record that Marvel, and you can attest to this, put out swimsuit issues.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember?
Hell yeah.
Marvel Comics put out these swimsuit issues, and you're like, what is this supposed to do? Yeah, there goes Jim Lee. That's Jim Lee 100%. And I'm like 10 years old, and I'm sitting here like, what am I supposed to think about? It's guys and girls fucking jacking you up. You're like, I've got so many hormones in my head. I'm getting a headache, Just starting to get the sweats.
Yeah. Joe.
Come on.
Pietro's never looked fucking hotter.
Yo, so anyway, yeah, I threw that in as a joke. Like, I was like, yo, anytime Rogue is dressed in Savage Land outfit, it's a callback to when Jim Lee drew her wearing basically nothing and that southern draw. And, that's,
Can't go wrong, man. You can't outgrow. You can't outgrow some things.
100%. It's wrong. Yes, 100%. But
it feels so right.
I'm leaning into it.
All right, next one. Also, your pick,
Oh,
which is
damn.
probably the most Cesar comic I've ever seen. Ghost Rider Wolverine,
What is
Weapons
that
of
supposed to
Vengeance,
mean?
Omega One. Dude, it's two of your favorite characters to emulate and or to voice on the show right here.
Oh, dude. So yeah. So Ghost Rider Wolverine
It really-
also reminds me of the '90s, but for a different reason, not for penis reasons. Maybe subconsciously.
Ooh,
we
Jeff
don't know.
Shaw is drawing it.
I'm telling you, dude.
Damn, that's good.
So I looked at this and I was like, wow. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the Marvel, was it the premieres? Where you had one half was a Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, and then the other half was, I think it was like Wolverine and Ghost Rider or something like that. And you would have two stories in one comic book. And you would have, at the time it was like the mid 90s. So you had like Jay Lee, it was Spider-Man and Iron Fist. And you're like, oh man, like he's a nobody at this point, but the art was so good. And a lot of these sort of like really good up and comers were cutting their teeth on these like really fringy ass books. So, when I see a fringy ass book like this, it reminds me of that time. And I'm wondering if this is a portent of things to come, like, hey, keep your eye on a lot of everybody involved in this. Keep your eye on them because you don't know if they're the next big fucking badass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I saw this and I was like, yeah, cool, And there are some characters, I'm sure you'll agree, as old as we've gotten and as much as in the comic book game as we've gotten,
You just can't outgrow them.
there are still some characters that you pick just because you just like the visuals.
Damn right.
So
And in the words of Ben Kingsbury, no one writes, apparently, a better Wolverine than Benjamin Percy. Apparently, he's been killing it on anything Wolverine-related.
there you go.
So it makes... And Jeff Shaw is so good when you think about his work on, like, Cosmic Ghost Rider, his
Yep.
image stuff.
Yep.
So that should be pretty tight. Quick little detour, because Mac brought it up as well. Mac asked if we've seen the new picture of Wolverine in classic costume from Deadpool 3.
Of fucking course.
I've got that once I get all these ad cancers out the way. Yes, I have seen this. Matter of fact, me and Steve was talking about this. We went and grabbed a little happy hour before this, and I think we both agreed it's pretty exciting to see Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine.
Well,
and
we chopped it up and we said essentially that, unironically, the Deadpool movies, if you're a fan of the comic books, have been sort of the most faithful X-Men movies around. I mean, obviously Logan's a great movie, but as far as like if you want to see some like real X-Men ass characters, Deadpool's been very generous. And now to the point we're going to see Wolverine in his classic costume, or a variation of it. I know there's sticklers out there, but I'm just saying it's nice to see that, we have a franchise,
Yeah. I think the only thing I will say, and this is just me being nitpicky like all of us hyper comic fans are, I'm curious to see what he would look like without the sleeves. Because I think it is a lot of like yellow. It's like a block of fucking cheese. And let's be real, Hugh Jackman's built, man. Like the dude's got, he's got sun's out, guns out. I'd be curious to see what this would look like if they went with like the classic sleeveless kind of Wolverine. But overall, I'm just excited that, for all of the promo and, social clips we've seen of Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds together, that is actually happening and very fast. I feel like
it only took 22 years.
Well, I'm talking about like, I feel like last year and the year before, we were seeing a lot of like Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman on the couch together, talking about like, the time as Deadpool and Wolverine. And I thought it was going to be years before we saw this come to fruition, but it's like, oh, damn, they're filming, and who knows how far they got into. Actually, I'm sorry. I could just read it right here. Deadpool 3 is arriving theaters next year on May 3rd, which will probably align with Free Comic Book Day. So yeah, Mac, to answer your question, I'm excited as hell.
Ghost Rider's fucking fantastic, Mac.
Oh, yeah. All right, what else do we got next up on this list on page number 68? Another pick from C.
Really?
I'm just going in order.
That's not me.
That is definitely not you. Oh, where's maybe I put in the number wrong. 68 it should have been a Doctor Strange.
There it's right there. There it is.
Oh, up top.
Yep.
Okay, sorry. It's going a little slow.
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Come on. Dude, these Alex Ross covers for Doctor Strange have been so good. I'm not even mad. Actually, I'm really happy that Alex Ross is basically doing covers for all the major stuff like this. I think he's going to be doing the Immortal Thor covers. He's doing Avengers Incorporated.
Beautiful.
Like, oh man,
beautiful.
Have you read this series? Because I've heard Jed MacKay, this writer, is killing it.
I started actually per our last sort of previews episode. I decided to pick up some of it, and yeah, I dig it, man. Like, so the thing is, for those of you who are out there, you're about to hear a little bit of a tirade here. My thing with Doctor Strange, and the best way you can write him is don't write, please. And they've made the mistake in the movies, and the movies aren't bad, but they really aren't Doctor Strange. Because whenever he does a spell, or whenever he conjures, or whenever he invokes, he basically treats the supernatural or the transcendent like he's reading a recipe from a cookbook. When in reality,
cilantro is
yeah, and when in reality, he's supposed to have gone through a change, so much so that he's the weird religious guy on the team. You know what I mean? Of the Marvel Universe, he is the high priest of the Marvel Universe. Jesus Christ, his home base is called the Sanctum Sanctorum. Latin, if you know your Latin, it translates to Holy of Holies. That's a biblical reference, kids. I mean, that's, for God's sakes. So, and if you read some of this, again, I'm a huge stan for Doctor Strange. So if you read like Frank Brunner and Steve Englehart's run in the 70s of Doctor Strange literally says sorcery isn't just memorizing stuff and then regurgitating it. It's basically you have to change yourself as a person and realize there's something larger than yourself, and that there are entities that exist, and you swear allegiance to them. Like, it's like there are gods, and essentially he's committed himself to the transcendent in a way that is mysterious and spooky to anybody else except Doctor Strange, and maybe Clea, because that's his wife, and also she's like his ride or die. So anyway, long story short, it looks like Jed MacKay's doing the Lord's work with Doctor Strange. I enjoy it. I think he's doing a good job.
Good stuff.
Yeah, sorry.
No. Good shit. And it looks like Mac has chimed in and said Jed MacKay's run is pretty good. Mac, what are you not reading? I feel like you were reading
Mac's
everything.
on top of it, man.
Mac, what is the checkbook looking like? FedEx pays like that? Because I might go ahead and switch
Mac,
careers.
why don't you buy me some fucking comics, bro? Straight up. Let's use some of that privilege, my man.
Hold on one sec. Let me adjust something here real quick.
Oh my God, you're drunk.
Hold on. Y'all,
look how sweaty Badr is.
It's the lighting. It just makes me look sweaty.
Yo, it's the lighting. Yo,
I'm not really that sweaty.
I'm a lush.
Okay, all right. Okay, Mac. I know what that's code for.
I sail the high seas.
I know what
dude.
that's code for, brother. All right. This next one is.
Are you in the Navy, Mac?
No, I know what he means by that.
What does that mean?
I'll tell you about it offline.
Oh shit!
All right. See, this next one
gotta do what you gotta
is
do.
Another one of your picks right here. Daredevil Born Again Gallery Edition.
So the cool thing about a show like this is that you're like, yo, money is no object. What would you pick? And I'm like, shit, this is in my Amazon right now. I just gotta wait till I have enough money to pre-order / buy it. Obviously it's Daredevil. Daredevil's fucking the man. And as far as my house is concerned, Daredevil Born Again is holy text. So gotta have a new copy of holy text in the house. So this is a gallery edition, which means the pages are larger.
Ooh, yeah, 9.25 by 13.
Yeah, so it's like you get the experience of looking at actual comic boards, in color. So this is more old guy shit. And if you've never read Daredevil Born Again, go fuck yourself. I got nothing for you. With love, I say that. With love.
Yeah,
with
with
love,
love,
I say go fuck yourself.
Nothing but love. Look, Born Again is one of those all-time great comic books that you have probably. I think maybe I'm speaking for myself here, but I know I own several copies. This is one of those books that, like,
my mom has a copy because I gave it to her, and I was like, "Fucking read this shit. It's the truth."
Yeah.
She's like, "I don't know."
So like, even if this was a soft cover, I'd probably buy it. It's a gallery edition, and those are like just nicer, right? It's like you get bigger pages, and you get to appreciate the art a little more.
You know what slipped by me just now? You said, even if this was a soft cover, I'd buy this. I was like, you bougie ass motherfucker.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a good pick, and just to put people onto some game right here. When it comes to like, you see $50 solicited here. The best part is you can go on sites like In Stock Trades or Cheap Graphic Novels, and you could probably get this for like half off. So this is definitely one. If you don't own Born Again, I think like this is a great option to go with right here.
Yeah, I mean, and this is like the kind of comics that transcend the genre,
Dude,
right?
100%.
Like a lot of God, we've probably said it a million times.
We literally did our first live show was talking about Born Again.
Daredevil
right?
Born Again.
It was so good. It launched us into doing live podcast
For
events.
sure. The idea that, comic books aren't just guys in tights punching each other on disposable media for the sake of entertainment. Like you can actually create art and you can actually introduce stories that transcend the actual medium and genre to the point where they echo in the psyche of America. Like that's something that's testament to Dave Mazzucchelli and Frank Miller. So
Born Again was so good. Dave Mazzucchelli was like, I'm quitting comics.
And they're like, no, we need you for Batman. We need you for Batman.
Yeah, he didn't quit. It was just like, it set the bar so high, he didn't really need to do much.
I mean,
after
you're
that.
joking, but like it's happened within art, right? Like literally Michelangelo almost went blind painting the Sistine Chapel. And people are like, oh, dude, the fucking Sistine Chapel, compared to a comic book, that's a weird comparison. I was like, I don't think it is. I don't think it's a weird comparison. I don't think it's in poor taste. I think you still expend the amount of art required to get the story to transcend, to squeeze the rag of creativeness and let whatever juice comes out be the next sacrament. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at.
I'm just curious, has anyone in the chat never read Born Again? And this isn't like, setting yourself up to get clowned on.
I'm
curious.
about to clown your ass. Yeah. No.
Proceed at your own caution. But well said. I have not. Errol, look, highly, you know what?
It's not your regular comic book. I will say that. It's not like, I don't want to be that guy that's like, when somebody asks, oh, hey, I'm new to comics, what should I read? And I just immediately lay upon them the most heady comics exist. Like, oh, you should probably read Alan Moore's Watchmen or his run on Swamp Thing or fucking Grant Morrison's Animal Man. Like, no. I will basically be like, oh, what do you like? Will be my next question, right? But as far as Daredevil Born Again, I will give you the precursor that it is a little bit heady. It is a little bit sort of like, if you don't know anything about Daredevil, there's some context, but you won't regret reading it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the first time you watch The Godfather. Like, Godfather is one of the best movies ever made. But if you've never seen it and somebody suggests it to you, you'll probably be like, this fuckhead. This movie's like 3 hours long, and I got to memorize all these names, and it's not like what I expected. I just got off of work, But it's one of those movies where you're like, okay, wait a minute. Let me revisit it. So I would say read Born Again, and then let yourself hate it, and then go back to it, and then come back.
Yeah. All right. So I think this might be the last pick for the Marvel previews, and this one is.
I gave you a lot, dude.
That was
surprisingly, right?
You did a great job. I think we're pretty even, like 4 picks. I actually, per the usual, I'm going above and beyond. I've got 5. Right. I've always got to get that one last one.
It's not a competition.
In my eyes, it always is. But the last thing we'll talk about in the Marvel previews is this badass Alex Ross Marvel villains, super villains poster book, which I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now because apparently,
dude, put me on for that too. That shit looks good.
It is awesome. Did you ever buy the superheroes poster book?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so the best part about this,
I have Marvelocity. That's what I have.
Okay, and I don't know if these are in there per se because he does these like, okay.
The mural is in there, but it's like in there as sort of like a fold out sort of thing, not like devoted solely to.
Yeah, so I think it was earlier this year or maybe like later last year, Alex Ross was like, hey, I'm also doing Marvel supervillain covers. And then like right now, if you go into Gotham City Limit, Ben has a section with every single cover. And it's like, a portrait. Like there's a Daredevil I'm sorry, there's a Doctor Doom cover for
Sure.
a Fantastic Four
Beautiful.
comic, a Venom one for Spider-Man, et cetera, et cetera. They look great. You know, good luck to your wallet trying to collect all of them. What I normally wait for is this poster book that has each, because I think this poster book is basically like a treasury size
Yeah.
edition. How big are they? They don't show the size, but they're like treasury size edition. You can honestly rip each page out and frame it as a single poster. But what I like is that there's that 4-page gate fold out poster, and if you wanted to, you could go to like a Joann's or a hobby, like a hobby lobby.
Not sponsored by the Joanne's is not sponsored by the podcast.
Yeah, you know what? We got to say a different name.
Hobby
you
Lobby
go
is
to
not sponsored
You go to
by
a
the
Jesse's or a Hobby Mommy, and
Hobby Mommy.
it's like a New York shop. It
Talking
sounds
about
like.
all the hobby mommies out
Yeah, all you
there.
hobby
Right into the
mommies.
show because we're sleazy.
Lobby Mommy.
A lobby mommy is where I'm at, bro. The
All right.
hotel lobby of a
But-
Ramada, bro.
But the key is you buy the poster book, you get the 4-page gate fold out poster because the book
Okay.
is like $25, and then you take that poster and either you look for a a frame to put it in, or you actually go to Hobby Lobby and actually take them up on that like custom frame offer. So highly recommend. I mean, I'm looking forward to it because I already own the superhero book, and
Right.
the supervillain covers look so badass. You know?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's a good
Yeah.
pick. Solid pick.
Awesome pick. All right, so that is
just congratulate
Yeah,
yourself
dude.
on a pick.
Awesome pick,
Awesome
Badr.
pick.
All right, do any of you have any picks for the Marvel previews before I move on to DC? All right, this is your call. All right, write it in the chat. If there's give me the page number in the chat, and we'll go to it. But while you guys do that, I'm going to go to the
Okay, here we
DC
go.
previews, and let's see what pages we got for this one. All right, first and foremost, I think this first one is one of your picks on page 11.
No, that's you,
No,
bro.
that's me. That's me. I'm sorry. Birds of Prey.
Big
Strictly
Barda? My girl Big Barda's on there?
for all right. So a few reasons on this one right here. Cover art alone. Like I love the colors. I love the ensemble of characters. You got Harley Quinn, Black Canary. You've got Batgirl. You got Big Barda. Who's the girl with the swords? I don't recall that one.
Is it Zealot from Wildcats?
Good job. It is. Great job, man. Old guy comic knowledge right there, all right?
Well, you know, I am dying, so. Yeah, I am dying, so.
Yeah. No, this cover looks awesome. I'm here all day for this as well.
Batman gargoyle of
Henry,
Gotham.
you getting a little ahead because
Yeah.
that's one of the
I
picks.
see it. I
we
see
won't
it.
get to that one here in
Yeah,
a
yeah,
second.
yeah.
But Birds of Prey was one of my first picks. Strictly cover art alone. Kelly Thompson is a fantastic writer. Leonardo Romero is the cover artist.
Huh.
And it always makes me happy, like knowing that like I like the cover art, and you're telling me he's doing the interiors. You'll sign me up. That's all I want sometimes.
God, you've never
Is-
sounded so old. You've never sounded so old.
Sometimes I just want the reassurance to know that the cover art is going to match the interiors, and that's not going to be a rope-a-dope bullshit.
You know, sometimes I just want the interiors to match the comic art.
You know,
I need a nap.
I've been duped too many times. All right.
I mean, you know, shame me once. Shame on you. Fool me once, shame on you. Shame me
Yeah.
twice.
You ain't gonna fool me again.
there you go. You ain't getting my $4.99. All right. Next pick. Wait,
You
was
fucking
this yours or
pervert.
mine?
That's you, dude.
page 22. Did I get all the pages mixed up? I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on one second. It's either up or down.
It's up. It's
Up?
up. No, I got Shazam, dude. That was me.
Where's your Zammy?
You pervert. You're
Wait,
like,
wait.
Fire
What,
and ice.
what was your page? All right, hold on. Bear with me. I guess, dude, I swear to God, I double checked these pages and it never fails to cease. All right, you said Shazam was on page 22. That's what I wrote. Hold on, y'all. All right, that's 16. Oh, okay. So I got to go. Because sometimes the PDF.
Oh, yeah.
bullshit.
Sometimes
It's nerdy
Badr
bullshit.
messes up. Yeah,
nerdy bullshit.
sometimes.
All right, bear with me. It's not on this
Here we
page.
go,
It's
here we go.
on
Keep
the
going.
next one. The next one, right here in the smaller
Hey,
corner.
there he is.
Shazam.
There he is.
All right, give us some colorful commentary.
I
See.
mean, look, here we go. You look at the names. And again, we're old. We've been doing this a while, right? It's very rare that we pick a comic just based on the actual person. You know, it's like,
I fucking like Wolverine, so I just read Wolverine comics, dude.
nah, man, you're going to fucking mess up if you do that.
Yeah.
Because you don't know who's writing and you don't know who's drawing it. And there's a rotating door of that sort of thing. So, Dan Mora, dude, constantly overperforms. He's amazing. Great. Fucking fantastic. And of course, best for last, Mark Waid. Mark Waid does wonders with DC characters. Like, I mean, I'm seriously, Mark Waid. Henry said, Mark Waid is maintaining DC. World's Finest is my only run that I'm collecting.
Damn.
Dude, honestly, same right now. World's Finest is pretty much the only thing I'm reading from DC right now, until I saw that Shazam is on his docket as well. And of course, Dan Mora. I mean, obviously, take my fucking money. I don't know, man. What do you think? Like, it's kind of obvious. Like, this is the exact, this is everything you want. Like,
easy pick, because that World's Finest is pretty fucking good. And I'm surprised they've let it go for so long, because I think when we did last month's previews, I think we actually highlighted whatever the World's Finest solicitation was, and that was like issue 15 or 19. So I'm excited to see like that Mark Waid and Dan, because I don't know, you don't see the same creative team on multiple books at the same time, and I think that's interesting that they're giving Mark Waid and Dan Mora the opportunity to do like another title while seemingly World's Finest is still going on.
Yeah. Max says, my picks for DC with accurate page numbers are 16 and 28. The new Green Lantern's also good. Okay. Yeah, honestly, Mac, I saw that.
See what's going on.
And I was kind of like, okay, art looks fantastic. And I guess I should give it a try.
Okay.
I mean, bottom line.
So super nerdy shit, all right? This is super nerdy stuff. Sometimes the page numbers, yes, Mac, you're right. It is on page 16 of the actual previews. But when you're viewing it digital, you've got to account for the fact that the cover pages count as a page in themselves. So you usually got to do like 3 down. That's why whenever you send them, I'm like, I got to add 3 or 6. But nerdy shit aside, Mike, okay, how do you feel? Honest conversation.
Cy Spurrier is one of your dudes that you picked.
Exactly. Well, he's doing that uncanny Spider-Man one.
Yeah.
Mike Deodato used to be one of my favorite artists.
Yeah.
And then he switched up his style like sometime in the early 2000s.
To what?
To like more of a digital look. And
so
it never quite looked the same.
Deodato's work used to be dark, heavy shadows. Has he changed since then? It's been a while.
You know, he still uses heavy shadows, but it's more so that like his regular panels, you could tell almost they look almost computer generated, and it throws you off when you compare it to his old work in like Thor or Thunderbolts.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
But
and by Sail the High Seas, I think I understand what you mean, and I might already be familiar.
Right.
If that's the case,
the struggle's real, Matt. Get it how you get it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I've kind of, man, can you believe it? I've kind of given up on that.
You know what it is? You know what it is when it comes to, and you know it's a Patreon episode, so I feel like we can, we got the circle of trust. When it comes to reading comic books online from like those free websites,
yeah,
I think sometimes it's a little more cumbersome, and because like these sites are fucking ad cancer central. Like your computer is going to get a STD.
Do you have a drippy dick? Take this pill. Oh,
sometimes they can be more cumbersome and annoying, and you're like, well, it's free to read, so I'm gonna suck it up. And I think I've gotten to that point now where I value I guess like what is the phrase I'm looking for here?
Physical media.
No. Ease.
Convenience.
Convenience. Thank you so much. I value convenience even if it means paying for a little. So that's why all of my paycheck goes to like Marvel Unlimited, DC, the DC Universe app, Comixology, because I just don't want to. I don't want to have to go through the loops when it comes to like illegal shit.
Max fucking Jack Sparrow over here,
bro. Yeah, no, a good ad blocker and good virus protection goes a long way.
For sure.
Mac, that was you're talking to motherfucking Jack Sparrow.
For real. That was my
old
nickname.
Internet, bootleg days.
That was my nickname for Badr. Badr actually turned me on to the High Seas game, and then eventually I started creating art for myself, and I felt weird about it.
Yeah.
So, and that's no shade on anybody else. Like, I'm fucking, do what you got to do. Just me personally, I feel a little bizarre because I do have a Marvel Unlimited subscription, and whenever something comes out, I'll buy it, physically. And that has more old guy shit. That has more to do with the fact of me owning it physically means it can't be censored and it can't be taken away from me. There is that. But yeah, no, fuck, dude. I get pirate how you pirate, bro. That's it.
Yeah. All right, moving on here. I think
You picked this, didn't you?
Henry picked it, and I also had it picked as well. But it's Raphael Grandpa doing a Batman Gargoyle of Gotham book, and and I love anytime they give you like a few of the interior pages.
I'm laughing at Mac.
You know, Raphael is doing story and art, so he's
You are forgiven, my son. It's fine. Ego te absolvo.
So it's interesting that Raphael Grandpa's got a very cool style. It's like it reminds me of like Paul Pope. But
here's the thing, man.
Hit
I
it.
saw this. I saw this, and I was like, "Ooh, Batman!" Because y'all know I'm a Batman stan, 100%. But I'm a little tired. I'm a little tired of the mischaracterization of Batman.
In what way?
In the way that people are like,
He's fucking twisted. Batman's twisted. His parents dying broke something in his brain. He's twisted. He's fucking crazy. He can't function as a human being unless he's punching villains in their turkey necks.
you know, it's like, no.
Yeah, fuck the turkey.
There's nothing noble about that. There's nothing heroic about that. There's no heroism defined by a guy who is doing something because he compulsively has to from a psychological deficiency. That doesn't make him a hero. And that's why I like the new Batman movie, because, spoilers, pause. Okay. At the end, he realizes, which is a testament to Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson, that being vengeance isn't going to help him as a person, and it isn't going to help the city. He has to be a symbol of hope. That doesn't mean he has to give up inspiring fear and terrorizing superstition in the criminals and the criminal element. But it just means he has to make sure he's scaring the right people. And anytime they portray Batman as sort of like this psychopath who needs to punch people to get his jollies, I think they're missing the point of the character. They're missing. He's a knight. He's chivalrous. You know, there's something about a guy who it goes all the way back to Zorro. You know what I mean? Like, nobody thought Zorro was one of the aristocrats. They thought he was a Mexican bandit. They thought, oh, he's just one of the poor commoners. That's why he's so invested. It's like no one could believe that somebody was human enough to look at a fellow person, regardless of status or money, and say, that's not fucking right. What would that take? It would take maybe seeing your parents die in front of you. So anyway, I saw that and I'm like, the art looks great.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the story is probably good, but the way is like, was it Raphael Grandpa's twisted vision of the Dark Knight? I'm just kind of like, that doesn't sell me. That doesn't sell me. But you know, whatever. Fucking if it's, I'll probably end up buying it because it's Batman.
It's like, yo, fuck my morals.
Yeah.
Word. All right, I think that was everything for. I'm sorry. No, there's one more pick, and I think this one is yours here on page 46. Hopefully, I got this one right. Nope, I gotta go down 3. Okay, on page 46, which would be 49. Kamandi, the last boy on Earth by Jack Kirby, Volume 2. What is this? Damn, 432 pages.
If you guys haven't read Kamandi, the Last Boy on Earth, it is one of the funnest fucking comics you've ever read, and it goes by so quick. It's so good. I don't think Adventure Time would exist if it wasn't for Kamandi. I'll say that. I'll make that statement right now. Kamandi's one of the funnest fucking comics I've read by Jack Kirby, while also having the most harrowing and high stakes there are. And he just, you could tell he had fun with it. Cool. It's ridiculous. It's silly. It makes no sense. It's fucking horribly illogical. But you know, for those same reasons, I watch Adventure Time on Cartoon Network or HBO Max or whatever. It's I have Volume 1. I'm ready for Volume 2. And when they release a fucking hardback edition that costs $500, I'll have that one too. Obviously, after spending, after saving a few tax returns and hiding it from my wife. So
I won't lie. I don't think I've ever dived into Kamandi like that.
Dude,
I've dived into everything
you will love
else.
it. It's fucking hilarious. It's good. It's really good.
Okay.
It's so quirky.
All right. I want to know from everyone in the chat, what's your favorite Jack Kirby
Ooh.
comic book.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I want to hear like what's your favorite Jack Kirby comic series. All right, while you guys do that, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the main previews. All right, so we got through the warm up round, we got through the Marvel and the DC previews.
Also, if you didn't fucking think I wanted to pick something Darkwing Duck,
Dude,
when I saw that,
this
I was
cover
like,
is so good. All right.
oh my god,
Yeah.
so tasty.
You guys know what time it is. It's time for the main previews, the big old phone book size previews. All right, it's time to dive into. Oh shit, this is one of the few times that the front and the back are kind of related. Normally, like the back is the toy.
Right.
Oh, they got a Negaduck.
It's fucking hefty, dude.
I
like
okay.
it.
All
I
right.
like it.
All right. Let's see what we got for this week. This month's previews was pretty interesting. It wasn't like a lot of new number ones.
Yeah.
So it's one of those previews where you kind of like got to see where you fit in. All right. And speaking of which, let's start off. Let's go through your list first. Your first one is on page 24 or 30, which would be the actually that is not on that one.
No, that was it.
Yeah, but I think there's actually a full previews on page 30.
Okay. I'm impressed.
Nope, I was wrong. Go back.
Oh, God.
I thought there was like a solo.
You can linger on the Joe Linzer, Sheena of the Jungle.
All right, your first one is this Jimi Hendrix Purple Haze. This Purple Haze graphic novel.
So I'm a little biased. One, because I am a guitar player, specifically an electric guitar player. Specifically, I fucking love Jimi Hendrix and Prince. I've seen. Here's the thing, man. Guys, I've seen a lot of rock stars.
This cover is insane.
In comics, whether that be in a autobiographical way or whether that be in a silly sort of like, let's put them in a crazy ass fantasy world. I've seen Elvis, I've seen David Bowie, Alice Cooper, all these guys. Kiss has been put in these, comic books. Never once have I seen fucking Jimi Hendrix in a comic book. And this dude, his style, his playing, his the nature of his character lends itself so well to some kind of crazy ass comic book. How could I not say yes to it?
Wow.
So it's like I was like, all right, yeah, well, shut up and take my money. Let's see what Purple Haze has to do.
Tom Mandrake as the artist and cover art. This cover is like amazing.
Yeah,
like,
it's Kirby-esque.
Yeah, exactly. And I love this. In a galaxy where a tyrannical force has silenced music and enslaved all life, Hendrix must embark on a perilous quest to find a magical talisman powerful enough to unlock the incredible latent power of his trademark sound.
Yeah.
Yo, that sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Look, to quote Hendrix, when the power of love overcomes the love of power, then the world will truly transcend. You know what I mean? Dig,
well
man.
said.
Dig.
All right, another little nerdy previews, tech advice for you guys when it comes to these previews. As you're noticing, I'm loading it up right now. Our previews has to reload. So what page was that again? That was on page what page I went to? I went on page 30. If you actually
sexy.
Page sexy, yeah. If you go on the what's pretty cool about the previews digital version is if you ever notice, if you're viewing on web top, it might be on the same on mobile, but it'll change to this hand. And a lot of times, if you click on said item, it'll open it up in the Previews World website. So you could actually do a pre-order.
Yeah.
The problem is when you're doing a live stream like this, you've got to reload the whole thing. So, just a heads up. Yeah, Max. So it is $30, and it is it seems like it is a trade paperback in total.
Titan usually puts out a lot of the cool ass sort of European influence sort of books. Which, I mean, Titan put out the Elric of Melniboné saga. They also put out, I think, the Corum saga, which is a lot of like pulpy shit. Mm-hmm. So, didn't Titan also put out the Many Deaths of Layla Starr?
No, that was
Boom Studios.
Boom
Studios. Sorry.
Speaking of which, that actually brings us to your next pick, which was also one of mine as well. So this is cool to see. But
don't you dare bite off of
a new Ram V and Philippe Andrade joint, Rare Flavors, number 1 of 6, a new joint coming out through Boom Studios.
Yeah.
Is this pretty straightforward? Was it like just because of Ram V and all that?
Okay, again, guys, you guys know me. I'm into the esoteric, mythical shit. I study all kinds of religion and all that. Without diminishing any of that, I really did like. I'm not done with it. I started The Many Deaths of Layla Starr. Rare Flavors with the flavors spelled with the U, because very very classic British flavors, the way they spell color with a U. I'm interested, and if you've ever read, I will pair this suggestion with another suggestion to read the Ramayana, which is another sacred text from back in the day. It's not as old as the Vedas, I don't think, but it is of Hindu descent, and it's in Sanskrit translated. And essentially, it's about an aspect of Shiva. The way, how do I explain this? The way Christians would look at Jesus as an aspect of God, right? Rama is an aspect of Shiva. So you got this dude who's like, his skin is blue, he has a mustache, and he basically does heroic things a la Hercules, except without the tragedy. And he fights a demon, a Rakasha, which is name dropped in this, right?
Yeah.
So essentially, this is a demon who ravishes, who consumes, who eats in the story. And the fact that they pulled this entity, and Ram V is essentially making an entire comic based off of a guy who essentially is basically like, take that demon from the Ramayana and make him Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, take my money.
Dude,
man.
yeah.
I'm ready for it. Like, it's very, very cool. So, like, it's heady without being pretentious, So, like, you don't have to know all the weird esoteric shit I do. You don't have to go and possess rare antiquities such as I do. You can just read this comic and be, oh, this is kind of cool. It's almost like Fear and Loathing and, weird looking, kind of like that sort of style. So yeah, sign me up. I'm ready to read it,
Yeah, it's a good pick. It's a good pick. Depending on how this series go, I'm ready to put Ram V and Philippe up there with those duos that you're like, all right, I'm willing to try anything they put out. All right, let's see what else you got. See on page 146.
Of course.
No surprise here. Creepshow Volume 2, number 1 of 5. Ooh, story by Garth Ennis.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
You lift up a rock and the creepy collies are under there. Fucking, I'm there. That's where I live. So if it's horror, I'm into it.
What's the deal with this here?
You saw the other colors, cover by Willem March, who also did.
Yeah. Well,
is it Karma?
Yeah. Well, so this would be cover A, which I would believe would be by Willem March. And
Yeah.
Whoever these cover Bs are. Okay. So 1 of 5. Volume 2 will feature different creative teams with uniquely horrifying standalone stories and a 1 in 10 connecting cover from iconic horror artist Skinner.
It looks like Becky Cloonan and Skinner did both the other
cool.
covers.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you dig Creepshow, that's the comic for you. I mean, it's an anthology horror book, so you can't go wrong. You get bang for your buck.
And it looks like Henry Go Ahead is co-signing that Volume 1.
Yeah.
Was pretty good, too.
Yeah.
All right. Good shit. And luckily for us, very easy. Your next pick is on the following page. Speaking of Jack Kirby, Star Warriors, starring Adam Starr in the Solar Legion one-shot. There we go.
It's so silly looking.
What is this?
I don't give a fuck. It's Jack Kirby doing space
First cosmic
opera.
hero, the pirate hunter Adam Starr.
Yeah. You know what the funny thing is that
cool.
Jack Kirby, from a pop culture comic book perspective, kind of created the space opera. Not in a, obviously Flash Gordon. I'm never going to take credit away from Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers. They were the OGs. They did that shit. But from a more specific storytelling aspect, from the mythic side of it, Jack Kirby did it with his New Gods, right?
Yep.
So any sort of throwback or any sort of we found some shit that Jack Kirby did back when he was doing cosmic space stuff, I'm going to be involved just because I love analyzing all that stuff from a sort of psychological viewpoint, and also from just Jack Kirby's artwork is so beautiful. Just from an artistic viewpoint, the man knows how to say hey, come with me.
Yeah.
Let me take you into this weird ass world. You don't need drugs. Come with me. Come with me. And you know, now you're like, wow, this is nuts. You know, it's like reading Thor for the first time. You know,
Yep.
So you rarely get that opportunity, except for when, you know, new stuff that Jack the King Kirby did gets excavated. So you're like, oh, yeah, I want to feel like that again. And
That is such a good word. Jack Kirby is someone that you're like, okay, I know everything he's done. And then something like this comes out thanks to like, you know, Jack Kirby hyper fans like Tom Scully.
Oh, dude.
You know, it's like, never mind. I don't know shit about Jack Kirby. I thought I did.
Yeah.
But then it's like stuff like this will come out and get a fresh coat of paint. And you're like, okay, I guess I'm still learning to this day.
Yeah.
Good pick. All right, let's see what else is on your list. See, we've got...
That might be it.
No, you got one more. You got one more.
Don't correct me ever again. How dare you?
On page 268, I believe it is. There we go. The up here on the top right-hand corner.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to put both those on my list.
Which ones? Which ones? Oh, of course. Oh, my God. This page alone might have every... Yeah, just in this top two part. Are you saying this H.P. Lovecraft and then the Madman?
Yep. Those are all in my Amazon cart right now.
Dude, previews is dangerous as fuck, right?
Jesus Christ.
It's
dude.
like you find new material to put into your Amazon cart.
Yeah.
And here's the sucky part. You know, it's like been Amazon Prime Day these last 3 days. None of the stuff that you want comic-wise is ever on sale.
Of course.
You're like, damn it, I don't need a fucking air fryer.
course.
I want a Madman, you know, library edition to be on sale.
Yeah. I don't need a fucking
Wow,
Guy
that is a
Harvey
$100
t-shirt.
book.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I have volumes 1 and 2.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's how I got into It's funny. I bought
pretty
those
cool.
books and I actually sat down and read them. You know, like it's one thing to be like, let's look at these books I have and put them on your fucking, you know, shelf. But I do like Junji Ito a lot. That's probably no stranger to anybody, that knowledge. And H.P. Lovecraft's Shadow over Innsmouth is such a good short story and probably the quintessential. Some people would be like, oh, fucking At the Mountains of Madness, man. Nyarlathotep. Fuck you. It's Shadow over Innsmouth. That's the story. Fucking reanimator. Nah, I'm sorry. Shadow over Innsmouth captures all of the gooey, the delicious H.P. Lovecraft fear of the other that he had.
This is a manga adaptation of that story.
And
that's bad.
To add a little juice to that, it's a manga story. A lot of these new like manga horror artists are starting to sort of like surface like a fucking festering evil to the surface of a murky black depth.
That looks so badass.
It doesn't look like Dragon Ball Z. I'm not fucking saying anything bad about Akira Toriyama, but everybody knows, you guys know, as far as America's concerned, when people say manga or when people say anime, everybody has a look in their mind. They say big eyes, shiny eyes, robots, whatever. Nobody thinks of the damn horror stuff that is drawn almost photorealistically and not in any way sort of a throwback to wow, somebody help me. Astro Boy.
Tezuka.
Yeah, Tezuka's work.
Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about.
So, and again, not a slant, because I'm sure Corey's going to be like, what the fuck's wrong with Tezuka, bro? Osamu Tezuka, what you going to talk some shit?
Tezuka.
Talking some shit about Osamu Tezuka? No, I'm not at all. Not at all. The man is fucking the Jack Kirby of Japanese comics. However, this shit is like next generation, next level bullshit. Like you're going to be like, what in the hell am I looking at? And he's done more than one Lovecraft story. So I think he's done 3 volumes and they all look terrifying. Stuff that Badr, I would let him borrow and he'd just be like, nah, son, I ain't going to read it.
Yeah. It'll just sit on my fucking night. Oh, he has. Yo, dude. Okay. All right. I was at me and my wife went to Savannah a few weeks ago. We stepped into this like stupid nice ass.
Okay, so he's done at the
bookshop.
Mountains of Madness.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I
And
think
the Hound.
I think I literally had this book in my hand. This the Hound and Other
Yep.
Stories.
Yep.
And I remember flipping through it like, yo, this looks awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Okay.
Go was it Go Tanabe is his name.
Go Tanabe. Okay. So all right, that's pretty cool. All right. Mac, speaking about Amazon Prime Day and all that, Mac has a really good comment. He wrote in the comments, it's Prime Day on Amazon, but nobody knows that Optimus Prime had to die so we could have Prime Day. But yeah, there are no comic deals. I checked and was disappointed. Same here, buddy.
Mac, it's a shame that people have commercialized Prime Day as a holiday and not realized the reason for the season. Hashtag represent Optimus Prime.
Yo, hashtag never forget. Okay, Mac,
I shall become one with the Matrix.
All right, Mac, you gave us a few. You gave us 2 pages here on page 139. Is it this Tony S. Daniels Edenwood? I don't want to get like the pages mixed up. Ooh, damn, that actually
pretty cool
does
looking.
look pretty badass.
Yeah. Pretty rad. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going off. Sometimes with previews, it's like, I'm just going off the covers, all right? And then I'll read the solicitation.
That's good. That's the fun of previews, man. When you were a little kid, that's all you had to go off of. Let's say you didn't know anything about artists or writers or whatever. You were just kind of like, dude, in the 90s when I saw that shit, those catalogs, like previews, I'd be like,
oh, fucking Ghost Rider, man. Yeah, this guy's got like a skeleton, dude. He's got like a fucking flame on the skeleton, man.
I was like Beavis and Butthead. I was a little boy. I was like, yeah, I'm fucking shitting my pants. I'm like a little boy. I'm having boners every other second.
And it follows my rule. It's a new image number 1, so you probably can't go wrong.
Yeah,
Right.
what you said, not what I said.
Mac, let's go to your other pick was on page 222. What is it? Which one is it, Mac? Is it this
Blit map or
map?
Noun town?
Regardless, I think the Blit map looks pretty cool, but I don't know what it's all about.
Yo, Blit map.
All right, I'll let you write a few things on it. All right.
I got the
told
page
you, the
number
page
wrong.
numbers will get you wrong. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start on my list right here on page 140. Strictly speaking
Hexagon
about covers.
Bridge?
This shit looks
Who are
fucking
you?
cool as hell.
Who are you?
Dude, it's one follows my rule. New image number 1. It's a mini series, so you have a finite number of money you're gonna spend on it. But I haven't heard of this Richard Blake, but he's the writer and art. This cover just looks. I don't know. I love the whole design of it. Like they're playing around with like the masthead.
Buddy, it's okay. You don't have to.
Shut up.
Fine. You're in a safe space.
Yeah, you can like what you
You're
like.
you're sitting here like I see your
like what you
hair
like?
growing out to one side. You're combing it over. You've got the horn rim glasses. Hexagon Bridge, dude. I've been reading.
Dude.
You got like a flannel shirt, and you have like for some reason a Pokemon cell phone, and you're like super hipster, bro. I've been reading a lot of Hexagon Bridge.
It's stupid.
It's very, very good.
What's it about?
Well, it's about basically the downfall of man. And
This shit looks
Dude,
cool
this
as hell.
guy, I don't even recognize Badr anymore, man.
I know. Who have I become? Marvel what? Okay. I'll go back to Henry. I'm gonna get to yours.
You're like, yo,
All
I'm
right.
about to get to these comments because I'm embarrassed.
Let me see. Look, Hexagon Bridge. The solicitation is short too. Explorers Jacob and Elena Armian find themselves trapped in a strange parallel dimension of elusive landscapes and shifting architecture.
Okay.
It sounds like what's that movie with fucking Leonardo DiCaprio? Inception. That's what it sounds like. Inhabited by mischievous entities. Now it's up to their clairvoyant daughter Adley and sentient robot Statin to rescue them. Yo, I love clairvoyant children. And
Yo, I fuck with clairvoyant kids, and I fuck up with Hexagon Bridge. Shout out to the Hexagons. Love the shape. Shout out to the bridge. I fucking live in the city of 7 bridges. Straight up. Hashtag Jacksonville. Hexagon
that
Bridge.
puts me on a list somewhere. That definitely puts me on a list.
I love children.
Oh shit, Mac, not the same thing. Out of context, you'd be on 7 lists.
But it's like,
enough.
I love kids.
Clairvoyant.
Straight up love clairvoyant kids. Kids named Claire. Kids named Voyant.
All right, look, short and sweet solicitation. The cover looks cool. New image number 1. That's enough to pique my interest. Henry Mac.
Shout out to my boy Epstein.
Oh man, thank God this is a Patreon exclusive. Henry Mac, you guys both shared page numbers. I'm gonna get to it at the end. I'm gonna go through my list real quick. Next up on mine is on page 277.
The Overstreet Access Guide. Excellent.
Give me that Overstreet Access, most trusted price guide.
Did you pick Silk?
No,
Dude, there's
I
a lot on here.
Yeah, there is. It's like what pick something, and that's what I want.
Yeah.
But straight up, it's just Bill Sienkiewicz, Mutants and Moon Knight, Artesian. Artesian. It's like, a little bit of class.
Shut up, dude.
All right. I might be able to sell that to Blythe when she's like, you
Sounds
bought
like
another book?
a
You bought
damn
another
cheese.
book. No, baby. It's artesian. It's like
Look,
Parmesan.
Yo, we can fucking hang it up on a fucking wall. We can put it on the coffee table. Yo, I could beat your ass with it if you
Whoa.
try to tell me not to have it.
Whoa.
Yo, I like little
That'll
children.
put me on a list for
I'm
sure.
fucking-
All right, that you definitely painted me in a weird way. All right, much like you chose that Daredevil Born Again Was it Artesian? It was Artesian one too.
Mutants and Moon Knight.
Which is the name could use a little work, but regardless, I think it's coming out through. Oh, this is an IDW joint, so you know it's going to be fantastic.
They're the ones that put out all that stuff anyway.
Yeah, let me see.
How do they get the rights to the Marvel shit, dude?
Because Marvel's like, we don't want to make these books, and IDW's like, we'll take care of them for you. I think that's how it goes. What's the deal with this? So you get included in this Artesian edition is the oversized first issue of Elektra Assassin, written by Frank Miller, as well as many gorgeous pages from that acclaimed series. All have been meticulously scanned, blah, 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 blah. Also appearing to be in black and white. These images have been scanned. All right. There's got to be way more than that. They mentioned Moon Knight. Okay, anyways, look. It's Artesian edition. It's Bill Sienkiewicz, and I feel like his stuff would look good in that IDW art book format.
What did Henry say? Pick page 138. Did we do that already?
No, yeah. I'm gonna get to Mac and Henry's pick here in a sec. I'm gonna go through mine really quick, and I'll get to you guys. All right, my next one is on page 278. Hellbot.
What is that,
dude? I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. It's like weird shit you find in previews. You're like, sign me up. Dave Sim, Cerebrus in Hell presents Hellbot one shot. I'm not going to read the solicitation because it's kind of long and a little meta. I recommend you at least check out the solicitation. It sounds very meta. It sounds like self-aware.
Cerebrus in Hell. Okay. And also, I see Gustave Doré on that list. There's no way it's actually the Gustave Doré. One, because he's dead. Two, he was a wood carving artist. If you can look up Gustave Doré's art, everybody will be like, oh, shit, yeah, I know who that guy is. Gustave Doré is one of my favorite artists. Is a French guy who did a lot of, like, he did King Arthur, he did Puss in Boots, he did a lot of religious stuff, Paradise Lost, biblical things. Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
word. That's what I'm saying. So, like, how the fuck is it actually the Gustave Doré? There's no way.
Max said, I was about to say, is he back from the dead?
Yeah. Like, shit, I knew a girl with a Gustave Doré tattoo, and we almost got it on. That's a story for another time, kids.
You are so stupid.
For another time, kids.
All right, fuck it. I'll read this, guy. So I'll read this list. It's weird, man. It's CIH presents Hellbot one shot, and I love that it's called Dark Vark Comics. So it's obviously like a parody comic.
I did almost get doried.
Oh my god, Mac, please don't.
Oh yeah,
dead the joke. All right, it's by Dave Sim, who's a writer. I won't lie.
Controversial.
I'm not, like, super familiar with.
Controversial.
I'm just going strictly off the art.
Did you ever read Cerebrus? Anything by Dave
No,
Sim?
I haven't. That's why I'm like, oh, this looks kind of cool. It looks like a cross between like Hellboy, Cerebrus, and like just a commentary on like social media and the addictiveness of like, you know, the internet. So
okay.
I'll save you a long read. Check it out in the solicitation. Blah blah blah. All right, so that one piqued my interest strictly for the artist strictly for the cover at that. My next one is on page 355. 355. Where's it at? Is it
Investigators? Okay, nice.
Yeah, I'm
nice.
getting to my child. No, here it is. It's on the right. Sorry. The Art of Arthur Adams.
Of course.
And look how the price jumps from a soft cover to a fucking hardcover.
And look how you don't give a shit. He's just going to be like, hardcover.
Hey, look, Mac, look, we're from Florida. You know the gator fetish is like, you know, it's a requirement.
Absolutely.
All right, but check it out. Art of Arthur Adams. What I like about this is the fact that it's hand-picked selections of his art from 40 years. The dude's been around for 40 years, right? So the solicitation that caught my interest was this hand-picked selection of his art spans 40 years and highlights a variety of comic book covers and interiors or pages from each phase of his career. The pieces showcased here are from major and independent publishers as well as creator-owned projects. Examples cover a chronological display dating from his first samples while trying to break into the industry to recent cover drawings. And then obviously he's also given like a personal anecdote, which I love. I feel like it's one thing to buy an art book and it's just like a bunch of the covers reprinted and, you know, maybe in black and white.
Sure.
But when the artist adds like a little bit of commentary or anecdote.
Hey, I was fucking thinking about this when I did this.
I was going to get, you know, Doried. And what
I was going to buy some crystals.
Yeah. So it's Arthur Adams. It's an art book by Arthur Adams. To be able to like peek into his mind of like what he was thinking or while drawing said image, but also the fact that, you know, if they're doing it in a chronological timeline, I think it'll be really cool to see like from his earliest days to like now as him as a master.
The funny thing is that whenever we do these episodes, you always manage to find some sort of like nitty gritty shit that I overlooked. That I'm like, fuck. There goes my money. Like I'm ready now. I got to spend shit. Like damn it.
All right, this next pick kind of harkens back to your Jimi Hendrix pick. So it's and obviously we're zoomed in hyper, so I got to zoom in out a little bit. But there's a Miles Davis graphic not hardcover
What?
coming out.
See what I'm saying? Like I missed that completely.
Dude, you know what I think it is about previews? It depends on when you're flipping through them. Because eventually, at some point, they just become like, you're just flipping through pages of just a bunch of shit. And your eyes aren't catching everything.
Yeah, kind of I'm old.
And sometimes you just need to like, read them with a fresh pair of eyes. But apparently it is a graphic novel dedicated to telling the story of Miles Davis. The cover, if the interior looks anything like the interior, I'm hyped for it.
Yeah,
so,
it looks good.
Yeah, it looks really dope. And if you've never watched
buy it for me, dude.
And we need another Patreon subscriber if someone wants to help us out with that.
Henry, Jazz Mood, absolutely.
Yo, real quick, big shout outs to Henry who
Yo,
sent
shout
me...
out to everybody that thinks Badr should buy this to me. Yo, Badr should hashtag Badr should buy me comics. Yo, what up, everybody? Please get on board with this. Everyone, no.
Dude, that is the
Badr,
most
buy me comics.
lackluster energy for a new campaign.
Yo,
ever.
what up?
And in all serious note,
Seriously,
I wanna,
buy me comics. What,
I got you.
I
I got you. Yeah.
Stop it.
It's a terrible joke.
No, I'm sorry. Let me continue. Buy me comics.
Henry sent me a really cool jazz playlist. He had heard us talking about jazz in one episode, and he sent me a really dope jazz playlist that I've been listening to. So, Henry, hopefully this piqued your interest as well. But yeah, jazz mood all day. Max says, Badr is your new sugar daddy. I ship at 5,000.
Yo, what up? Holla at your bro. Everybody that thinks Badr should buy me comics.
No,
peace, dog, peace.
Hashtag we need more Patreon subscribers.
Hashtag
I'll buy comics for
rich,
Ashley.
bro.
You fuck out of here.
Wait, what?
All right.
Hey, I have a child too.
Yeah, I know. That's why you don't need no more comics.
You son of a
All right,
bitch.
my last pick, and then we'll get to Mac and Henry's. Was on page 567, which honestly you could just
any of
these, right?
That
but,
cable.
But in specific, it is this Throg cover or statue, and you got to see it like blown up a little bit. Let me see if it'll pull up.
Yeah, that's cool looking.
You son of a bitch! Hold up.
No, I don't want that Asian lady. Go back to the fucking Thor.
Hold up. Here it is. All right.
No, it's Miles Davis. Go back to the Thor.
Hold on, y'all. I'm trying. All right. Stupid MacBooks. Okay, it is this Throg.
Look at that.
Dude, it's like, yo, sign me up.
It's Throg fighting fucking alligator Yoki.
Dude.
Loki.
And it's $40.
Shut up. That is so punk rock.
Let me see if I can get one of these images blown up. But if like it comes off the comics, sound effect.
Someone hold on, Mac wrote. If you think Badr should buy Cesar comics, become a Patreon subscriber. Don't be a bitch.
Dude, Mac, I need to find a nicer way to ask that and basically say that.
No, it's fine. It's fine as it is. Yeah. Branding. Don't be a bitch. Hashtag Shortbox Podcast.
Yeah, sounds the Patreon. I gotta buy comics for these goddamn knuckleheads.
That's it.
But this statue
that is so cool looking.
Is fucking badass. I love that they included the comic balloon bubble. The old school Marvel Comics logo too.
How much is that shit?
Sign me up, bro. It is $40. And ask me how much is of the Gotham City Limited discount.
Are you gonna get it?
I might just. It says, it's like San Diego Comic Con exclusive.
That's fucking cool.
Well, that's not that promising. Hopefully, it's not like stupid expensive, but I think the statue is pretty badass. Right? It's pretty badass. What does Mac say? What shit talking has Mac got? Better than your statue from last month. Last month was that Red Sonja statue. I don't know. I think that statue is still, in the looks department.
Mac, we don't shame here unless it's for the sake of a joke.
Yeah,
and
geez,
thank you for that.
I thought it was among family. All right, those are all my picks. Those are all Cesar's picks for previews. Let's take a look at. Let's start off with Henry's. All right.
Okay. All right.
Henry's is on page 138. Let's see
Take a look.
if he got the right page. Oh, geez, is it this wish list?
He's
right
like,
here?
I want all that shit.
No, I know what he means. Let me see. If it's on 138, you got to add 6, which would be 144. Is this your pick right here?
Kill your
Henry?
darlings.
Let me know. It's probably this one right here. Yep.
Yep,
There we
looks
go. You
like-
got to add. It's the math. You got to add 6 digital. Blah blah
Bro,
blah.
stop showing off, dude. Stop knowing math.
Stegman. All right, let's see what this is. All right, so it's called Kill Your Darlings. It's a new. What is this? All right, new image. All right, you got my interest.
Okay.
I've never heard of Ethan S. Parker or Griffin Sheridan. Bob Quinn is a new name. 8-year-old Rose loves nothing more than to play pretend in the magical land of her own creation. To her, that world is as real as our own. From her fluffy friends to the terrible evil. You know what? I'm not going to read this whole thing. Henry, what's the deal with this? Is it the cover? Is it the creative team? What got your interest on this one? I mean, it looks pretty cool. I wonder if they got any interior art. Oh, they got interior art right here. Okay, no, the interior art is pretty cool. Henry, if you want to add any commentary, let me know how this one piqued your interest, other than the very obvious things I've stated. All right, while we wait for Henry, let's go to Mac's pick, which is on... Mac, what was your page? 227. Let's see, 227. Nope. You didn't get that one right, buddy. Let me see. For Almost Dead. So plus 6 would put it at 230, 232, right? No, I'm not getting it right. Hold up. You said it was page 227 plus 3 would put at 233. I'm sorry, 233.
Interesting. Did you figure out what Kill Your Darlings was about?
I'm sorry. Henry said it was the cover the most, but interesting plot. I'll give my 3-issue rule.
Well, I know it's a
3-issue rule. Okay.
It's a beat poet reference, specifically Allen Ginsberg. It's anti-materialism, so I'm wondering what that has to do with the comic.
Mac, I'm trying to find your book here, buddy, but I think you might have gave me. Oh no, it's right here. It's right here. It's this Almost Dead book. Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh, let me go back. Oh, they even got the creator interview. Oh damn, they gave him a whole couple pages for it.
Huh.
Okay.
That looks cool.
Let me see what we got here. All right, Almost Dead writer Galaxy. Wow, that person's name is just Galaxy.
It's the Galaxy, dude. The Galaxy.
Damn. Okay.
It's pretty.
Artist
pretty intense.
Ryan Benjamin. Okay, that's strong. Somewhere between pure exhilaration and sheer terror is Almost Dead.
Huh.
All right, Mac, give us the scoop. What is it about this book that won you over, other than it being a featured item according to previews?
That's kind of cool. I like
Yeah,
the
and
art.
the
I
fact
like
that-
that there's a damn plane like just falling in the back and.
Damn, this dude's really. This writer's name is Galaxy. That's fucking badass.
What would your name be if you wrote comics? What's a cool name? Just that. That's it. How would you put that on the book? P B B B B B B B B B B T T T T exclamation
Yeah,
point.
PBR. Yeah. That's funny. All right, Max says it looks intense and interesting. Also, Galaxy, right? The name alone. The art also sold me. And
Yeah.
then Henry chimed in, taking note for that. There we look, man. Our show Wise Nation is the
That's
fucking
it,
best.
man.
I think my writer name would be like.
No, it's good.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I'm stuck with
It's
it.
got, and if people like call you, like, what did you mean when you put that as your name? You just be like,
Yeah, that would be my. All right. Those some solid picks. All right, you know what, Henry? I think I want to award you with
What?
one of these comics.
oh,
Because Henry, and I love Mac. Mac, I got love for it. Matter of fact, I think Mac, I sent you some comics. But Henry, I'm gonna send you one of these books here. Let me know if you got a preference between any of these here, whether it be the. Sorry about that. Whether it be these Oblivion Bar podcasts, I might send you one of these. I'm gonna send you one of these. I got you. Don't worry, Matt. Don't worry, Henry. I got you. All right.
dale, chico.
All right, guys. I think that kind of brings. Damn, we've been recording for an hour and a half, baby.
Have we?
Yeah, we've been going by pretty
Man,
smooth.
Really?
We've
has-
gone. All right,
It feels like it though.
We've gone through-
I'm very bored.
we've gone through our list. We've gone through a few picks from Henry and Mac. Last minute, guys. You guys want to give us any questions for the pod?
Yeah. What's good?
Take any questions?
How y'all doing? What's good? We're here for you.
All that good stuff. Where's Errol at? He ain't chiming in at all.
He was like,
he fell asleep.
I'm about to leave.
That
I'm
Moscow
old.
Mule put his ass to sleep. All right, come on, guys. Oh, damn.
Taking
Take care of the boys. All right.
Man, that's fucking whatever. I'm a parent now. I understand. He's smoking weed.
We probably need that after them boys. All right, Mac asks.
He's laughing.
Mac asks, Ghost Lore. Have we been reading Ghost Lore by Colin Bunny? I'm familiar with that. I have not, but I know that the. Hold on, let me see. Let me pull it up here. Who's the artist on this series? It's like.
We're about to find out.
No, I should know it. Artist Leo Max. Yeah, he drew Basketful Heads, which is fucking great. I have not.
Oh wow!
I have not started reading. These are like the different covers. Sorry, I have not started reading this, Mac. How?
Whoa, what is this about?
How is it, Mac? Oh, it's really good so far. He says. Oh, let me see. How do I move to the next page?
Oh shit! Well, you got to click to the like that.
Oh, like that. Dude, Leo Max is such a good
artist. This is very like throwback with the colors. Who's the colorist? I wonder.
Oh, the colorist is Matt. Give me like a this is gonna sound super corny, but give me like a X meets Y. Like, how would you describe? How would you describe the series?
Quick, like 2-sentence synopsis. What do you think?
X meets Y, and the colorist is Jason Wordy.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, this looks pretty cool. I mean, it's Colin Bunn. Leo Max is fucking phenomenal. If you've never read Basketball Heads, it's from that Joe Hill imprint. It's matter of fact, I think Joe Hill wrote Basketball Heads.
This is fantastic. It's very beautiful looking.
Yeah, dude. Hold on, let me show you. Basketball.
Super throwback.
Heads.
Something is killing the children infects a church town. Oh hell yeah, dude.
Okay. So you got to check out, dude. If you like the artwork for that, this is what Leo Max like was known for, or like kind of blew him up, was being the artist on Joe Hill's Basket Full of Heads.
Huh,
dude. So good.
Oh,
so
look at
fun.
that.
There's a little YouTube. That's good. Let's go ahead and get a little digital multimedia.
We're a little toasty. Let's see.
Yeah, nothing else better to do.
Why not?
Cesar doesn't want to go home, and I don't want to like go back to the reality.
Fuck my family, dude. What? Oh,
sorry. Let me go ahead and mute that.
It's okay.
I love me a good little.
Oh, I'm done. Yeah, take me,
dude. Basketball Heads is so good, and it's on the
look
DC
at
app.
It looks very Joe Kubert-ish, like very Joe Kubert with. Man, those colors are beautiful.
Yeah,
so throwback.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's 7
okay,
issues.
all
Yeah,
right.
it's pretty good.
That's a fucking good. That's a good call there.
What's Henry saying? Any
we got?
Bond fans? A new Philip Kennedy Johnson is good. Let me see what you're talking about.
I like James Bond. I like the books. And the movies are good too, man.
Are you saying that there is a Philip Kennedy? Oh, that's right. He is doing like a series.
What do we got
Let's see. Philip Kennedy Johnson writes new Bond for 70th anniversary since Casino Royale. Let's see what the cover art looks like.
Wow.
Art by Giorgio Spalletta.
Spalletta.
Nope. Move on.
All right. Okay.
All right. So Henry's saying that run was fun with some jokes on it too. Refrigerator Full of Heads as well. Yeah, Refrigerator Full of Heads is the follow-up to Basketball
Is
Heads.
this all his shit?
No way. These are all the different covers.
This is the same.
Let me see if I could just look up this artist right here. All right.
Take a look.
We just fucking around now.
Yeah. No, this is important too.
Bond. All right. Let me see if I go to interior images. Let's see what we got. What does the interior look like? All right. Hold on a second.
Is that it right there? Highlight it.
Here, let me just blow this up for us.
Oh, here we go.
What the fuck is all that?
It's cool.
Dude, what the fuck?
The Russians took over your... Oh, wow.
Okay, so this is the interior. Art by Giorgio Spalletta.
That's cool. Very...
Oh, that is pretty tight.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, they're giving us the whole fucking comic book. Yo, that is pretty dope. Yo, Bleeding Cool, I swear to God. Man.
That's very 60s, man. Very, very fucking groovy. I like it.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, we got a Joe Linzer cover?
Ooh. Yo, Joe Linzer is so good.
Yeah, because you're a pervert.
Yeah,
understand.
I am. Give me that.
Yeah, me too.
Yo,
dude.
Is that Sinister Skull?
You're fucking 90s as hell, dog. Look at that.
Like this is one of those series that's got like 900 variant covers, but each one of them is pretty cool.
I mean, you roll the dice when it comes to Dynamite and their properties.
Bro,
you know?
well said.
You roll the dice, but sometimes, man, you fucking come up with sevens, bro. That's good.
All right, what have we seen here? All right, Henry, that run 007 for King and Country. The title that looks neat. The Matrix movie. Also check out Prometheus in Chains. All right. All right. So this is like the section where you guys tell us
Yeah,
what the fuck
this
to
is
check
cool.
out.
Okay, here we go.
All right, let me see what we got. Prometheus in Chains. Let me try that.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
All right, let me pull this up, and let me see what this is all about. You know, Mac be on some like trippy shit, bro. All right.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. We got some Frankenstein shit.
What? Red 5 Comics? I've never... Mac, where'd you find this at?
Yes, Badr. This is like fucking some Cenobite shit.
Damn, that cover is badass. Okay. Mac, you're going to have to give us a little more info because I don't know if I could find a bunch of interiors.
Looks like it's very Mary Shelley influence.
Davis. Okay. What have I been on that I wanted to tell you? Oh, dude, have you read... okay, so you know our guy Hickman is back.
With another 5-year-long story.
No, I think this one is only 5 issues, but it's Ultimate Invasion #1 with Brian Hitch. It's essentially him like bringing back the
Ultimates,
the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah,
dude. The first issue came out I think 2 weeks ago. I read it last night.
Good.
Yo, pretty fucking.
Oh
good.
shit, they got him.
Dude, the maker is at the center of it, and it's pretty fucking dope. Oh damn, Donny Cates is credited as a writer.
Oh shit, my boy, Cosmic Ghost Rider Donny Cates.
So I've read this. I like that one a lot, and then obviously the new Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips joint, Night Fever. You know what I'm saying?
Night Fever, Night Fever. Is it about the 70s?
No, it's about this this dude that goes on vacate. Damn, it reminds me of a movie I can't recall at the moment, but it's about like this dude that goes on vacation, on a business trip in Europe. That meets, it's basically like Fight Club. He meets like this guy that you're not sure is like either real or part of his psyche. He forces him to do like some crazy shit, goes to like crazy parties. And obviously the dude's like, leads a pretty normal life. He's got a wife and kids at home. It's kind of rocky or boring to him. Like he's in Europe doing this business trip. He meets this guy that's like, represents like this primal version of himself. And he gets into like a lot of trouble because of following this dude's lead. But it's kind of like a modern... like a retelling of like a Jekyll and Hyde
I'm looking
story.
at that. Yeah, it does look Jekyll and Hyde-ish. That's how I would describe Fight Club, by the way. Very
well said.
Jekyll and Hyde.
So yeah, the new Brubaker joint is super dope.
Damn.
Super dope. If no one is reading that, highly recommend that and Ultimate Invasion.
Wow.
All right, what does the chat say? Also check out the writer uses my own comics. First issue is free on his website. So Mac is saying the Prometheus and Chains comic is free to read digitally.
All
right.
If
Good
it's
shit.
free, it's for me.
Good shit. Yeah, well said.
That's my motto.
All right. Well, y'all, this has been a fun live stream per the usual.
For
sure. You guys know we're going to keep this going for next month as well. The goal is always to, get more and more people involved, but you guys know that we love all of you for chiming in and hanging out with us tonight. Errol, Mac, Henry, thank you guys so much for kicking it with us.
We really do appreciate you.
Yo,
Thank you
big
so
time,
much.
big time, big
this
time.
is we're silly and we appreciate you guys being silly with us. So it's always fun to hang out with family.
Fuck yeah. Well said. Enough said. You guys have a great night.
Thanks for letting me talk shit. Yo, bendiciones también, man. Que Dios te bendiga, man. That's
There
cool.
we go. Whatever C said. Yeah, hell yeah.
Badr's like,
Cosign, cosign. No, Badr said.
It's my new writing name. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Have a good ass night. We'll catch you next month for another previews.
Oh, yeah.
Live stream. As always, make mine and yours short box. Keep it geeky and all that good stuff. Peace.
Peace.
Pow, 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 pow. All right.